Do I look mad? Yeah, I'm mad. Hi. Hey. So I finished doing the painting. Yeah, this is my bunch of balloons that I have. Oh, sorry about that. Whoa. These are my remainder of my Kim in Town balloons. They're what I have left from being Kimmy the Clown. This is all that's left. Little balloons. Yeah. Oh. Oh, perfect shot. Stay. Stay up there. Stay. Multi-layering, multi-dimensional. Whoa. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi, it's me again. Yeah, you thought I'd be gone for a little while. I came back. I finished the picture. Where did I put it? This strange thing about being around here. I forget where things go. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah. My Miles Davis turned out pretty awesome. Yes. Yeah, that turns pretty good. And I want to show you some of my other finger paintings since you're here. I've got a little bit of time on my hands. Miles Davis turned out pretty awesome. Yes. Yeah, that turns pretty good. And I want to show you some of my other finger paintings since you're here. I've got a little bit of time on my hands. Too much time on my hands. By James Dean. Woo! I love that one. That's one of my favorites. I'll show you some of my other ones. And like I say, I just finished doing my Miles Davis, which turned out really awesome. And all these are available if you're interested in any of these. You can check out my website, kimoverholt.com, or, you can check out some of the other things that I do. This isn't a finger painting, but I'll show it to you anyways because I've been moving my paintings around. My picture of Jim Morrison. Yeah, I might fix this one up a little bit. It needs a little bit of work. I've had some of the stuff forever, and it's just something that I continue doing. This one was down in my kitchen for next to forever. This is my island. You can see. I'll show you. This is my island. I have a tendency to look at this quite often. As you can see, this is at the start of where the path starts over here, and then it kind of curves around over here and goes into here and goes back in here, and somewhere around here you end up over in this building. There's a building over here. There's this building. It's like a recreation. I have all my parties here. So that a party building here, but yeah, it's a recreational building, and there's stairs that are over here that lead down to the shoreline, so you can go. If you the stairs are actually behind this right here. You come down this way, you can go downstairs over here. There's another set of stairs over here, and there's another set of stairs behind this too. There's the other side of the island too. The other side of the island is where the party is. If we had a party, we'd be taking a boat cruise over to the other side of the island and maybe gone for days. So yeah, this is my painting I like to fall into every once in a while. If you don't find me, this is where I am. I'm lost in my painting. So yeah, it does happen. I do fall into my paintings. And like I say, I have my Jim Morrison here that I've been well, I finished it. It's a finished one from 2008, but I always play with it. I'm never completely done any of my paintings. But there you go. That's some of my painting. This is the painting that I'm going to be shipping today. I have it on the floor because I've got everything done and ready to get ready to ship it. But this is a friend of mine, and she lives out in California. She had this one. I wanted to make it up for her. So there we go. That one's going to be going out in the next day or so, maybe even today, if I can get my button gear. Okay. I was showing you guys the other day. This is my John Anderson. This is my John Anderson. I love John Anderson from Yes. Of course, he probably doesn't love me anymore after he told me to buy him something, which I kind of figured that probably wasn't John Anderson anyway. So, but yeah, I've been fooled before by many people. Hold on, I gotta find a spot for my stuff. Spot for my stuff. I'll put this all away, but I wanted to show you because I'm having fun, and you know what, I love in showing off my stuff too. So I'll give you some of the other things that I do. I got Stevie Ray Vaughan here. Stevie Ray Vaughan. One of the paintings that he did. One picture that he did. I like how he's kind of like looking over his cat there. This one's for sale too. If you're interested in the nice Stevie Ray Vaughan for your man caves or whatever the case, wherever you may be. That kind of thing. You have a woman cave. A woman cave is always a good thing to have. I think having your own space is always a good thing to have. Like I say, I'm into in magic, and because I am from Niagara Falls area, and I do have a couple of marquee paintings, magic paintings. If you ever are interested, you can contact me at my website, kimoverholt.com, if you want to grab these beauties too. And let's see. Yeah, I have so many things going on in the meantime. I keep myself always like, this is why it's always kind of a little bit cluttered, because I keep my mind focused on more. I could always do more, right? So this is, I did this one the other day, and it turned out pretty nice. This is on a black background, believe it or not. Yeah, you start with a black background, you can do wonders. You'd be amazed at things you can teach yourself how to paint. Now I got taught by the people at Grumbacher, who were really awesome, and gave me the lowdown on how to break down a painting so I can paint anything. And this is just from my imagination. You can paint something like this from your imagination too. Don't think that you cannot do it. You can do it. You can do it, and if you will do it. If you were in my class, let me tell you, I don't stop anything. I had somebody come to me one time and say, "Oh, I can't do finger paintings." I said, "Well, look, or finger painting. I can't draw stick people." And I say, "Well, lucky for you, tonight we're not drawing stick people. We're actually doing a painting. So as long as you know your shapes, your colors, your numbers and letters, because I always try to make it as simple as possible for everybody." So that's when I was teaching people. When I show you all my stuff, it's usually because it's this stuff. This is a finger painting too. Charlie Chaplin. I love Charlie Chaplin. That's a finger painting. Actually, I could put it with my other finger paintings, which are, where did I put them? I just moved them. Right here. Okay, so put you with my finger paintings, Mr. Chaplin. I gotta dust it off the list. You can tell it's been sitting up on my shelf for a while. It gets a little dusty. His eyes are awesome. This is the main point I liked about doing this whole finger painting is finger painting his eyes. His eyes are very. Oh, let me show you. I'll come up real close so you can see. I mean, it looks pretty realistic. I love that. I love that fact. I can get that close. It's almost real. Almost real. Okay, let me go on. I got some more. I did a Houdini and I did another Houdini, but this is more like it's a one stroke technique that I used. I have one. Well, it's not the best. It's okay. It's all right. It's a face. I did it black and white with one brush, and you use one brush for the whole thing, because it's a challenge that I like to do for myself. And when I did this one, it was all black and white, but I made his eyes blue because everybody who ever talked about Harry Houdini always mentioned his eyes were just so blue, and it was like one of those things that always struck people. So I just made his eyes really nice and blue, and I a little closer there. He was a kind of a handsome guy. I was a little bit strange, but then again, anybody who does magic is a little bit on the strange side too. Myself as a witness and other magic people that I've met along the way, we're all kind of a little odd, but that's okay. This is a story that I made up. This is from my Plight of Time. If you ever, yes, I wrote a book. It's on Amazon right now. It's called The Plight of Time. And this is the book cover for it. I did the painting. I based it on the story that I did. If you ever got a chance to read a really quick story and you want to buy my book on Kindle from Amazon, you're more than welcome to. And this is a picture for it. What happened? What if the fate of the world did? Sorry, what does it say? What if the fate of the world rested on one boy? Yeah, when Harry Potter came out, I was getting really nervous because I thought, oh, somebody else has grabbed my idea. But mine is a little bit different from, say, J.K. Rowling's. My idea of his is he finds a magic book that has like maps to take you into other strange worlds. And the great thing is that it's time travel, so he can always make it back in time for dinner. And then he can go. It's like when you read a book, sometimes you lose track of time. It's the same thing when you get finding a spell book. A spell book will also take care of time. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, this is my idea for my book, and of course the Harry Houdini. I'll show you some more of my other. Not that one. I will show you some of my other finger paintings. And when the stupid COVID thing is over and I can go and put my stuff on display, I'll be showing off some of this. I've got a box full of stuff, but this is this is my other stuff. This actually is like some of the stuff that I will teach you if you ever come and learn with me. I was doing. See, I had my own companies. Well, I started them up officially. They were supposed to start last year. One was called Niagara Art Parties. One was called Niagara Paint Parties, and one was called uh, uh, um, um, what did I call it? Cannabis. Cannabis and canvases. I almost forgot because when you smoke too much weed, you get kind of forgetful. No, not really, but I just forgot. But yeah, I was doing these, and so that people, if you wanted to learn how to paint, you could come along with me and paint along with me. Now, still have a few of these. So this is one of the paintings I would teach you how to do. That one's a nice easy one. Everyone that I do is from a black background too. Like I should mention that because working from a black background, as I've always have throughout, as you can see some of my pictures, I work from a black background, and you can always do some really cool things with it. Or any other color background. That one. Like I say, the James Dean, I started from a blue background, and it turned out to be something like that. But yeah, so many things. And this is one of my paint night ones that I taught. But this is my picture. I've had this one forever. With the windsurfer. I love windsurfers. I don't do it, but I'd love to try. But I created this for paint nights, and I'd show people how to reproduce this one too. I've done this one a few times as well. So and I believe. Not this particular one. Oh, the word joy is in this one. If you don't know, I kind of made it so I made it easy for people to realize, like see stuff. And I put the word joy in this picture. Now you can't, yeah, it was called The Joy of Windsurfing. Now I don't know if I put this headphones on. Yeah, because this one was one that I did live. So it was called Joy of Windsurfing. And there's the J, and there's the O, or the O could be here, and the Y, it was like here. And people would be like, "Oh wow, that is so cool! Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff. But I can teach you how to do all kinds of stuff. Never mind." So that was one of my paint night paintings that I would teach you. This is a very popular one for my paint nights too. That one got really popular in the paint night. Yay makers, they still maybe do this one every once in a while. Well, not right now, unless doing online things. I have no idea what you do for painting right now. I did this nice one for doing the falls. When you come to do one of my paint classes, everybody loves to learn about how to do the falls, and I have this technique was fantastic and so easy to do. Easy. I try to keep it as simple as possible. You think of like. Candy cane shapes. You and there you go. You make like lines across this way, and you just apply. Oh, I make painting so much fun and easy. You guys, you have no idea. When I was doing paint nights, I had gotten up to having 6,800 people on the paint night site, on the paint night Facebook page. I wish I really would have done it for myself, because that could have been me. That could have been all my clients. That could have been all mine. But unfortunately, at the time, I never even really thought about it until like after the fact. Now I used to do kids at March break. This was for like the kids from the ages 5 to 7. They would do something like this. Oh, they did such a great job. I did this 2 years in a row. Painting with kids, not this particular painting, but painting with kids, 2 years in a row, booked like sold out shows, sold out events for kids to learn how to paint, and they had such a great time. No paint got spilt anywhere except for maybe on them, which really wasn't bad either. Too, it was a great time. It was over at the Penn Center in St. Catharines. The people just loved it. And then what happened just recently, and this kind of spoiled everything. Um, well, not spoiled, but you have to keep in mind insurance, and that's what it kind of came down to. I kind of couldn't pay for the insurance for everybody to be painting and liable of stuff like that. But another simple, easy painting to do, and this is Jasper, BC, or Jasper, sorry, Jasper's. Yeah, Jasper. It is Jasper, but it's not BC, obviously. Jasper. And yeah, I did this one kind of like I was looking at a picture, and it's just like really easy to break it down. You make it like you see crisscross shapes everywhere. You see triangle shapes everywhere. I always kind of make it as simple as possible, but still dramatic effect, right? All right, so la la la. Let me see that one. And that one. That's the kids ones I did. I did one with the oh yeah. I did ones with I took an oval shape like Bob Ross, and I put it on my canvas, and I made something that looked kind of like this. This is like a nice um, landscapey kind of thing. It is very Bob Ross, as you can tell. It's got the river going through it. You got the happy trees, and you got the nice background, and it's a black background too. All right, so yeah, you see, very, very cool. And it was an oval shape that I did, and then afterwards I just kind of made it come past all the, yep. You can do that kind of thing when you're an artist. You can make your boundaries and then you can expand them. I love that one. Also one I can teach you how to do too. Take a little bit more time. You'd have to actually um, do a class. I've had several classes with me if you wanted to, of course. Of course, with COVID right now, you can't really do much of anything. I want to show you these ones. These ones are the coolest. Let's see if I have all of them together. Okay, so I did this one thing one time, and it was a lot of fun. It was I did a series of 4 musicians, and I started out because again, I love jazz. I think I started out with this one. This was like a nice jazz trumpet player playing, and I thought, that's kind of cool. But the jazz player also needs to have a saxophone player, so I made myself a saxophone player too. But not just that. When it got going, I made as well. You gotta have drums, right? And of course, you gotta have that bass. Gotta have that bass in there. And the great thing about this particular painting, as I'll show you, like you can have it go like that. They work together like that, but they also kind of blend together like this. So you can start up your band right here. You get the 2 playing together, the bass and the drums, and then da, da, da. I love that. You have the saxophone and the trumpet player, and you put them together like this, and they make a sweet melody together. Isn't that wonderful? Make a sweet little melody together, and then you add the trumpet player. I mean, you add the bass, and I was also going to make a piano player in there too. I'm sure I could still make one more too. But the thing is that they all kind of interact into each other. Like you can move the bass player, and take the saxophone player together, and you can put them together there too. And they kind of work neat together as well. They do work. I made it so that they all kind of fit together as well. You can take the trumpet player and the bass player, fit them together too, and they work together as well. And all 4 of them together, they all string together into one big painting, which is really, really cool. I have so many great ideas, and lots of canvases, and I was very prolific for years. I was very prolific with doing paint nights, doing my own paintings, I was selling a lot of paintings as well. It kind of slowed down these last couple of years with the COVID and with people kind of finding out about other artists that got involved with doing stuff. You see, what happened is once I started doing paint nights, everybody in the Niagara went, "Who the hell is this lady? Think that she can do all that stuff? It's our job." And so there's tons of tons of competition for a while. But lately it's kind of slowed back down again. Yeah, I appreciate you guys taking a look at my stuff. You can always look at my website, KimOverholt.com. Yes, I .com to myself. It's kind of like knocking yourself out, but worse. Okay, one more box and then I'm done. I'll show you all the other stuff I have. So you've seen some of the stuff that I do for people. I did this one a couple times. I think this is my second one that I did at this one. Another Bob Ross, very good, easy one, like very straightforward. I did this as a cannabis and canvas night, and what usually I do, like it takes 2 hours, right? But when it comes to cannabis and canvases, it takes maybe 3 hours because sometimes in between we have to have a snack, right? 'Cause you have to have snacks, especially when you get the munchies. So, yeah, I did this one for a cannabis and canvases, and it would turn out really like before the whole COVID thing started. I was starting to really pick up. That's a finger painting that I didn't really get into. Oh, this is another one I can teach you as another Bob Ross style, and again, it's on a black background. Everything on a black background, and it very, I think black actually, you're actually letting the light come through, and you see all the colors. When you start from white to dark colors, sometimes you don't really keep that in mind, but when you use black to light, you see how like the light is there, but you could go a little bit later. You could make it a little bit lighter, or you could go a little darker. It's what your preference is too, and it's great working from a black background. And I do work with a lot of black. Oh look, I did another one with squares. This one I did a square this time. I cut out like a square shape, put it over top of here, and I made like another like a river running through it. But this time I took off the square, and you can build up the tree to come out of the painting. Like this is like the coolest thing. Oh man. When paint nights start back up again, well, my cannabis and canvases. When I get my what was the other one called? The Niagara art parties. Because not only do I do like stuff like this, I'm telling you, I can teach you how to do stuff like this, but I can also show you. We used to do black light black light parties where you have like glow in the dark paint. It was awesome. We did some glow in the dark paint nights. It was fantastic. I can do that for you guys too. I also come with a sound system. I come with my own microphone. I also have I have tons of cheers and the things that I've done. As you can see, these are all my boxes of um, easels, easels and more canvases. That's all I have. Okay, some of my finger paintings. Oh, this is another nice. But here, let me show you some of my other finger paintings. Finger paintings I was showing you the other day. I was showing you my Johnny Depp. Ta-da! Yeah, Johnny Depp. But I also have. Oh, there it is again. See, that's another one. Is it? Oh yeah. See. Happened more than once. I've done this more than once. You can tell with the kids. That was very easy, very simple. Kids love this one too. Oh, I miss doing crowds, big crowds of like 40 people all at once. It was the best. Oh, and this was another one. And you show the kids and they just go for it. Okay, this is a finger painting I did of Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. Um, I like Diego Rivera. I had when I was in college, I did a paper on him. My friend did a paper on Frida, and we kind of got together and did like a little thing. But I did this is a finger painting of them together, and it's such a nice painting of them. The love that they have for each other. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, and okay, show you some other Jim Morrison. That's finger painting. Da, da, da. Sting. That's finger painting. I got. Well, I was working on a Bowie, but it didn't really turn out as well as I was hoping it would. I have Gary Oldman. Finger painting. It's a finger painting. The eyes glow. I have glow in the dark paint. So when you turn off the light at night, this thing glows in the dark, and it's pretty freaking crazy looking, right? I love painting this one. Finger painting. Finger painting. La 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 la. Oh, and here's another one I did with again with a circle, another oval shape, but going in the other direction, and I made a beautiful wave. This is another one for anybody who wants to learn how to do any painting with me. This is like, you can contact me at KimOverholt.com, and you can see some of the stuff that I do. Other than that, I love painting on walls. I do murals. I did this mural of, you'll see on my website, of James Dean, Marilyn Monroe, Humphrey Bogart, and Elvis all sitting at a cafe. And it turned out so cool. In this place, it was at a wet bar. This is a nice one. This one also glows in the dark too. It's my Phantom of the Opera. Okay. Oh, and of course there's Baron Samedi. Everybody knows Baron Samedi. Of course, this could also be Baron Samedi too. I have both Barons. I love doing stuff like this, and I think something in this glows too. I think this one glows as well. And it's great for a black night painting. I mean, a black light painting would be such a cool one to do, right? Yeah, glow in the dark. Finger painting of myself. Or I should do it like the Bob, what's his name? Do you ever see John Burke? He does this Bob. It does not Bob Ross, it's John Ross. And he does this. This little happy face. This is me. Of course, I'm looking at it backwards now, and it's like, oh my gosh. I gotta fix a few things. Oof, craziness. All right. One of my favorite paintings. Everybody loves this one. Everybody from Paint Night. This is my first Paint Night painting. Everybody loves it. If you do Paint Night, you probably have done that one. And what was it? There was other thing. I had another finger painting. Where'd they go? My goodness. And I thought I had all of them. Oh, let's see. Oh, yes, of course. Mr. Pitt. Yeah. And like I say, I've had a lot of trouble with this one. I usually, I don't mess with, so I paint celebrities. I don't mess with celebrities anymore. Pain in the ass. Okay. And that's all empty. Oh. Yeah, so hey. Those are some of my pictures. I'm showing you a quick little section of my here at my studio. I'm luckily today nobody's around, so I can kind of have a free reign. Oh, this is a beautiful painting. This is a nice one. It's a nice scenic one, seascape. Easy to do. I could teach you how to do this one too. And anything else? Well, the Northern Lights. You've probably seen the Northern Lights. And of course, this one is this. If you're in the water in early morning. Anybody who's just ever gone to like places like Cuba or something like that, when you go jump in the water and the first thing in the morning, it's just like, oh, it's beautiful. Anyway, but there's some of the things that I have. Oh, I was going to do this little thing. It's got a little garden thing going on, but there's a little fairy. And she's caught in the watering can there. Anyway, so I'll just show you some of the things that I do. I appreciate you looking in and coming to say hello. And I'll leave that one out because I just like to, I like looking at it. I'll leave that out there. It caused me so many issues. I understand. Baron Samedi, I love that. Of course, the things that you gotta do once you're playing with your things is you gotta put them back. So I keep them nicely stored, make sure that they don't get any dust on them and everything like that. And I have so many of them. And everybody's like, oh, paintings, they must be heavy. They're only heavy when you have to move them. So that's why, like I tell people, if there's anything that you see here that you want or you like, or something on my website that you see, or you want to reproduce something, anything that you think that you would enhance your place, enhance the beauty of your house. Even making a painting of your house would be kind of a neat thing to do. I can do that too. So, sounding like an infomercial. Let me put my stuff away. Give me 1 second. Oh. Lucky for me, I'm not sick and I'm in great shape. I like to mention the fact that I'm in perfect shape. I am not sick. I have not caught a cold. I have not, listen, I have not caught a cold or a flu yet. And usually, like not last year, year before, I caught a wicked flu. And the year before that, I caught a really bad cold. And the year before that, I mean, there were some pretty wicked colds and stuff out there. I work with the public constantly. Like when the whole this whole thing happened, I was still working. I'm still working. So, I blame it on the fact that people sometimes they don't wash their hands. It's just as simple as washing your hands. I paint with my fingers, and every time I finish, obviously, as you can see, if you watched my previous videos, you've seen that my hands are all caked in black and red. Not anymore. You see, it comes off real easy. You don't have to make yourself sick for doing anything that's really, you know, you don't have to, yeah, exactly. That's it exactly. Sorry about that. Bumping in and out of here. I'm gonna grab some of my stuff over here too. I'm just kind of organizing at the same time because I do, I do have a couple days to kind of make sure that I'm good. Yeah, you know what? Thank God that everything is good. I could. The only sad part is that I miss the people. I miss a lot of people. I miss everybody that used to come to my paint nights. I used to have quite many regulars. Like there was Sherry and Michelle and Carrie, and there was Sandra, and like all those guys that used to come to my paint nights. I so miss them so much, and like they don't call. Nobody knows where I am. It's like, well, okay. I'll hold it to that. That maybe nobody realizes where I am or knows where I am right now. I want to get back up doing it so that I can get people interested again in painting, because painting is really, besides being relaxing, is a lot of fun. And to be honest, for a person like myself, having such a strange strange background, I always kind of I always felt kind of never in the right place. You know what I mean? Anyways, I shouldn't talk about stuff like that. That's another story. Another story when I can get my brain straight. And I know I have a lot of stuff to clean up. So. Okay. All right. So, let me see. Okay. Yeah. So I'm getting prepared, like I say, for shipping out this beautiful picture. And I'm going to clear coat it before I ship it out. But before I do anything too, I'm also going to make up a box to surround it so that it is protected, so that when it gets to California, it'll look good now there as it does right now in front of you here. So yeah, she's really happy about it, and it's a really like the picture itself was just like that, but it was like a black and white picture, and I was trying to figure out what could I do, and I thought maybe make it look like an artist that has never seen a picture before, like an actual photograph, and how they would interpret it. So that's my interpretation, and I have a whole bunch of the like cardboard over here to wrap all of this into, and I'm gonna do that in 1 second. I just wanted to come and back and let you know how I did on my Miles Davis painting. It turned out great. And just to explain, a lot of the art that I do, it comes from whatever I get inspired, and inspiration can come from anywhere. So, I appreciate Daniel. I really do appreciate you chiming in and explaining, and that's really it is. It is so good to be able to do so many things. You know what? Sometimes I think maybe there's still more to go. I know it's weird. Like I say, when I realize how old I am, I'm like 51, and I'm like, where the heck did the time go? I didn't even have time to like even go to a soiree or cheer for having all my stuff being in a really cool gallery somewhere in LA or something. Been to LA though. Yeah, but you know what? I'm glad to be here, and a lot of people like myself got to stop and really realize how blessed they are to be here. I know there's a lot of people who say, "Oh, there's too many people in the world," but there's not too many people in the world. There's just enough people here that we're just starting. We're still coming out of the caves. My God, with this whole thing. We're just starting with life, and it's funny when I see kids, because like I say, I've been a clown for next to forever. When I see kids, little young kids, they are just so with it. Like 4-year-olds are totally, once they've learned how to speak and when they can communicate with you, they are just so on the ball. And now I only like when you get older, things kind of like the brilliance of everything kind of wears off. I guess when you're a child, everything's just amazing, and then when you get older, it kind of disappears. But when you are able to see that again, and say when you have children and when you have grandchildren, I unfortunately don't have that thing, but being a clown, I had noticed right off the bat that kids are very into, like, they're very apt to like looking at everything and noticing everything and being a part of everything. And why shouldn't they be here? What's wrong with too many people? More people, the more help you have. Yeah, and my people where I know how you think properly before you speak, so that you know exactly. Aha, thank you. You speak before you talk. You talk before you speak. Before, so yeah. You think before you speak, so when you're in the fourth in the family, so that you don't offend the rest of the family. Yeah, you do have to think quite a bit, and children are great for that. And yeah, there's never enough people. I think, you know what, kids are awesome, and bring it on. I mean, there's so many people who are so vibrant. Some people that click. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I always find myself taking my foot out of my mouth and sticking my other foot in my mouth. That's what yeah, I usually end up doing most of the time. Yeah. So that's a little bit of a yeah. I came back because I wanted to show you guys about like how to prepare for when you're obviously, and then of course there's when you have everything, you got to make sure that you the one what you're taking out, you're going to be putting into a box. That's like I say. Uh, let me just show you. It's just easier to show you. So the size of this is like 18 by 24. This is my usual size for whenever I do a painting. The other ones are a little bit smaller, but 18 by 24, whenever I do a painting for somebody, that's the size. And I always tell people, if you want an 18 by 24 done by me, $250. Easy. Easy. I don't charge anymore. I don't charge unless if it's something that's bigger, I will charge you maybe a little bit more. But for these sizes, this is also an 18 by 24. And yeah, it depends on like the quality of the canvas, the structure. Okay, but anyways, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to talk to you about when you're sending things out. So obviously, it's good to have cardboard that's going to be fitting exactly to the size of your canvas too, and you can always like bend it to fit around. So as you can see, I've been bending my cardboard a bit so I can fit it properly. So when I put my painting in it, it's going to fit there nicely and snug, and it's not going to get bent or broken, or I'm going to put fragile on it too, so that nobody breaks it or anything like that. I like doing this trick too. Have you ever seen this trick? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, no, it never works really well. I know, that was silly. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Boy, I feel all the magicians out there. I'm so sorry I did that. I'm a clown too. I can't help myself. All right. So yeah, pieces of cardboard, fold it into the proper size, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be grabbing my. Oh, what I used to also make signs. I used to work at a sign place, yeah, because I'm an artist. I have more than one little facet that I like to do, and I used to also make signs. So I have my little cutting thing that I've always had, never had forever. Hey, thanks, Daniel. I appreciate it. So, yes, I have my little cutter, and I'm going to cut the cardboard into the proper shapes, and then I'm going to pack it up and send it on its way. So it's going to be heading up to California. I'm excited. You know, I have a couple pieces in California. I have a piece in Texas, and I also have a piece in Florida. I've had to. Somebody had a fire once. I had one of my pieces in it, and I had to do. What is it when you have to kind of like you tell them how much something is worth, that kind of thing. You have to kind of so they can price it. I should have said more, but that's okay. Yeah, I talk like crazy. And then that's the reason why I was doing like paint nights and stuff. Because, you know, I do it to me. I could do it for you. I could do it for like whatever. I do that kind of thing. Yeah, praisings. Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, yeah. And one other thing that I always had on hand, which is always good to have, and I was talking about it earlier when I was doing my Miles Davis, is to have a secret weapon. And your secret weapon is this. It's water. It's just water. But sometimes when you put it on paint, it'll remove paint, especially when it's not cured. You put this on paint on the canvas, paint comes right off. But yeah, water is good, and I need a drink of water. I think I'm overdue. I've tucked my ear. I've tucked your ear off. I've tucked my tongue off. I think I'm done. Amen. Yes, the natural cleaner. That's right. Water is good for everything. Mm. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to be packing up my thing, and I've got to do an invoice too. Now, if you ever do invoicing, I go through wherever would be. I have an invoicing program that I use. You can either go through. I think Google has like documents you can use, and it makes it into a document, and you can make your own. Or they also have like a spreadsheet you can use too, which is great. So I do that. I make a copy of that, print it off, send it along with the painting, and yeah, and I get paid. So there you go. But yeah, so I just want to show you the kind of things that I do, and I appreciate you hanging out with me again. Oh my gosh, I'm going over the time. I was only just going to spend a couple minutes. I didn't mean to spend 45. But I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'm always going to be doing more painting. So if there's anything you have a request for, um, besides doing any kind of ukulele playing, I do requests for that too. And yeah, I have my hand in a lot of different things. Maybe one day something will work. But in the meantime, I want to say thank you very much. Yeah, I hope you have a great day. I love you all. Keep out of trouble if you can.